Hey Parkside, welcome to this week's encouragement video. Thank you for tuning in. This encouragement video is a little bit different than other ones, but I want to point you to a resource that I have found really helpful. And some of you may be familiar with a man by the name of Ben Sasse. Ben Sasse was a senator from Nebraska a number of years ago. He served a couple of terms in the U.S. Senate. After serving in the Senate, he went on to become the president of the University of Florida and has since stepped out of that role. And just a super articulate voice in the Senate, advocating for common sense goods. He's a Christian man, and I just always found his stuff super helpful. Well, near the end of last year, former Senator Sasse announced at the age of 53 that he had been diagnosed with stage 4 metastasized pancreatic cancer, and he had just a couple of months to live. And it just struck me deeply when I read that last November or December when he made the announcement. And so I've been kind of following along. He's a man who is just marked by conviction and wisdom. And whenever he's writing a book or talking about something, I find myself wanting to listen to it. And I've heard a number of interviews with former Senator Sasse over the last couple of weeks and months. He has since created a podcast called Not Dead Yet, as he's seeking to distill wisdom even in his final days, his dying days. And the scriptures tell us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom. And in listening to this man talk about the brevity of life and things that are coming up, I find myself growing in cultivating a heart of wisdom. And Parkside, that's something I want for us as well. So it could sound a little bit morbid, and in many ways it is, but one of the things I've appreciated from Senator Sasse is that he says, death is a real enemy, but it is a defeated enemy, and it is the final enemy, because once that threshold is crossed, there are no enemies left, that Jesus has conquered all of them. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to link in the email here to a couple of those podcasts, and I would encourage you to listen to them. I'd encourage you to listen to them with someone in your family, someone in your community group or your Sunday school class. Get together for lunch and talk about it, because I think there's a lot of wisdom for us to be drawn. And Senator Sasse is bringing a lot of that wisdom to bear and helping us to think Christianly about how we number our days to acquire a heart of wisdom. How do we live in view of eternity? And it's been challenging for me, encouraging for me. I hope it will be for you as well. So that's the main thrust I want to give. The other thing that is kind of a pivot here, but I do want to point out, this coming Sunday, we're getting back into the book of Romans. Romans chapter 12, verses 1 and 2 we'll be covering. Romans 12, 1 and 2 is the huge hinge in the book of Romans, where Paul has been laying this huge foundation of gospel truths. And in 12, 1 and 2, it pivots and says, now that you understand 11 chapters of rich, dense gospel doctrine, here's specifically how it changes your life. Here's how it transforms you. Here's how it's going to change what day to day, week to week, month to month living looks like for you. And so this coming passage, Romans 12, 1 and 2, and the subsequent ones after, I have just been looking forward to for months. And I am so excited for us as a church to dive into what is gospel-centered change, what is change rooted in the gospel applied to my life look like, where we're not merely changing the outside, but being transformed from the inside out. I am super excited for it. I hope you are as well. I look forward to seeing you this Sunday. I hope you read ahead in Romans 12 and come prepared, ready, just feasting God's word. All right, Parks, I love you. Look forward to seeing you Sunday. Hope you have a great week.